what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to hit that Sprite video that I had talked about in one of the previous videos with the Sprite combos. It's something I've been playing pretty consistently on and off, and it's something I've actually never been able to do competitively. I have the deck at 40 cards. That's super rare for me. Usually I'm running 41, 42. But I've got it at 40 right now, and it's running okay. It's running okay. So we're going to start with the main deck like always, and we're going to go on to the extra after. I will let you know what cards are flex spots, what cards are what, whether they're a board breaker, hand trap, whether they're important to the engine, and what we really want to do. So we're going to start with the main deck, and we're going to start with the Sprite monsters first. We are playing 3 blue. I would say it's the heart and soul of the deck, and I would probably not be wrong. 3 blue is super important. Blue is going to get us to any other Sprite monster that we want. Specifically, usually we're going into Jet. Jet's going to get us into any spell and trap, which could be starter, or it could be double cross, which is important if you've watched my combo videos. We do play 2 red, even at 40. I'm playing double red, and I thought about playing double carrot, but I am only at 1 carrot. Because of what we're doing with Toad and this list, I feel like 1 carrot is okay. If you draw it, that's great. If not, you're never going to really search for it. Spells and traps for Sprite, I'm playing 3 starter. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. 3 starter is amazing. And draw phase. Draw phase go to blue. Somebody had asked on one of my previous videos why we do that. It's to avoid Droll, avoid Valor, stuff like that. I'm playing 2 more. I'm playing 1 Smashers, and I'm playing the Double Cross. I chose not to play Gamma Burst. I'm not playing Gamma Burst or Pixies right now. They didn't really work out for me in my... Didn't really work out for me in some of my testing. Pixies is pretty decent, and I understand that. Gamma Burst is even better, but they just haven't really worked out for me right now. We're playing 3 Swap Frog. Swap Frog's how we get into our Totally Awesome that you'll see here in just a little while. Swap Frog's huge. You can special it. You can special it by its own effect. You can special it off the Gigantic. So it's a good way to play this deck. Other non-engine, I am playing 3 Beaver. Beaver's huge, especially like you want to see waters off of the Swap Frog. So like you open double these. If you watched one of my combo videos, Frog dumped a Beaver to special, Frog effect dump, Frog effect bounce back, Frog effect normal. Like it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I am still playing double Angler. 2 Anglers pretty big. You don't want to see both. You don't really want to see either, but the card's glued to my hand whenever I'm at events. This is the new stuff. We are playing 1 Mirror Mage, and I'm playing 1 Freezing Chains. Mirror Mage, anytime it's sent from anywhere to the graveyard, just sent to graveyard, you're going to search up the Freezing Chains, and when Freezing Chains is activated, you're going to special back out the Mirror Mage. That's huge for Toad because it's an Aqua. It's also a tuner, which is why I'm playing a couple other cards that I'm playing. You can even normal summon it, and opening both of these is not bad. Like, you didn't get to see it if you watched some of my test hands and combo tutorials, but opening both's not bad. Especially, like, opening Swap Frog and Mirror Mage is pretty busted, because hopefully you have a handful of Sprites as well. That's it for the engine and the non-engine engine, but now we're going to get into hand traps. I'm only playing 6, and it's the best 6 you can play. I'm playing 3 Ash, and I'm playing 3 Imperm. Other than that, I chose to play 3, 5. I'm going to call it 6 board breakers. And these are pretty big. I think the board breakers I'm choosing are really decent. But you can obviously choose to play more hand traps or more board breakers. It's up to you. I play 2 Fenrir. I hate 3. But I am playing a flex card that is probably better than Fenrir with the deck that we are playing, and you can be the judge of that. But again, I'm only playing it at 40. I've never played a competitive deck at 40 before, and it's worked pretty well. One of the best cards in the deck is Droplet. I think Droplet's huge. I don't lose to Branded when I see Droplet. Hopefully don't lose to Branded. any point because you can chain starter and then you're locked into 2s and blah blah blah. You can't special anything other than a 2. So I mean, Droplet's pretty good. And I'm playing 1 called by. I think called by can come to 3, but we're not going to talk about that because that's not a popular opinion. You can also cut the called by, but I think it's really good. I think it's really good and needed. You can play the 3rd Finra there. I'm playing 3 Prosperity, and I hate playing 3 Prosperity, but the deck is uber consistent. It really is. Like, even 1.5 card combos is everything technically for Sprite. The card's just good. And then my last card to keep it at 40, you should really be playing this in every Sprite build you've ever seen, Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is even more important now because you have 2 Foolish options, and you saw it in the videos that I played. You can Foolish the Mirror Mage, or you can Foolish your Angler. So now we have 2 options to Foolish. If you Foolish the Mirror Mage early and Foolish the Angler late, you end pretty decent. When I say Foolish the Angler late, you're not reusing this. Remember, you're using your Sprint. But yeah, the main's right at 40. It's practiced and done really well. If you want to play 3 Fenrir, you can play 3. You just have to cut the called by. But I found in testing, called by is pretty big. Even just to set it, like you run through your combo, and you set called by, and now you're generally in with double Omni Negate, called by, SP interaction, Sprint bounce. Like, you end 6 interruptions, 7 interruptions. The card's just bonkers. Just being honest with you. Just a quick shuffle here because I don't like my card to stay in all perfect. And quick cut. I'm not doing a combo video here, but I just want to show. Like, that was just a really quick shuffle. And you have full combo. And then if you're prosping for 3, you get the frog. If you're prosping for 6, you get a blue. So, like, this hand is still full combo, just starter and frog. I think I would only prosp for 3 after the starter because I already have a blue. And obviously you don't know what these are, but still. Now on to the extra. The extra, I am playing a couple what I'm going to call gut calls. Not really meta calls, but cards that I think are super important and we'll see a lot of play with this deck. Number one thing you have to play is you have to play multiple Sprint, or not Sprint, Gigantic. I think playing multiple Gigantic is mandatory. The card is great. And there were times, last time I played this deck was YCS Raleigh, there was times I wanted a 3rd Gigantic, just to be honest. Just for grind games. You play 1 Toad. Toad pops up multiple times. Now in a Kashtira matchup, that's rough. Kashtira matchup would be rough. 1 Cat Shark. I still love Cat Shark. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Still love Cat Shark. Mosquito. These are going to be your Zeus guys. Mosquito and Sky Cavalry. Sky Cavalry is actually busted, but a whole lot of people do not play it, and I understand. But, like, there was times when I was at YCS Raleigh, I know that's been a little while, but it still applies. Like, you go into Sky Cavalry and you swing, and then you still have a 2 Mat Zeus, and you're not locked. So that's pretty big. And then we played the big guys. We play a Zeus and a Typhon. The brothers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you there. If you go second and you flop a Typhon on board because you don't have anything else to do, they have to be able to respond to that, or you control from there. That's it for the Xyz. I think we're playing 8. Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup to me, just being honest. Not a whole lot I would change here. You could consider a 2nd Toad. You can consider... oh, shoot. Gin Buster. Gin Buster is a good way if you get stopped and you can't go. 2 Darks into Gin Buster and you still have a monster negate. But I like the way it's been playing. 1 Sprint. I have played 2. I think you have the room to play 2. I have I actually have 3 flex spots. that I'm choosing to play other things instead. You'll see those here in a moment, but you have room to play 2 Sprint and even a 3rd Gigantic. SP, the card is almost mandatory now, and that it hurts for me to say because it's so expensive, and I try to be honest when it comes to takes on what you can and cannot replace, but SP is getting close to being mandatory. IP is mandatory because there are inboards in which you can end IP, SP, Gigantic double-toed. Like, it's very possible. This card is also mandatory to me if you're playing Swap Frog, and it's Bujinki Ashima. You see me use it a lot in my combo videos, and with good reason. Like, the card is very good. And then my last 2 is Dark. This was a hard decision to me whether I want to play Gin Buster or Dark. Dark only takes 1 Dark, Gin Buster takes 2, and if Dark leaves, well, I can special from their graveyard, which is great. So if I'm not locked, I can special. So let's say I open Blue, Jet plus more, like Blue and Jet get into Dark. Blue adds something, Jet adds something, Dark, and then I can special from their graveyard, and I'm not locked yet. So that's, especially if they have a level 2 or a link to like IP or SP, and then I can go into a Gigantic on my 4th summon, and a big Gigantic at that. Last 2 cards here are sort of gut calls. If I'm playing IP, I like playing Unicorn. Unicorn's very good. Unicorn is your spin, obviously, so spin it back to deck. That's pretty big, but it does target and discard for cost. And then the last card I play is a little bit weird. I play Herald because your Ice Barrier guy is a level 2 tuner. So let's say you can get Mirror Mage back out, but then you can't really do anything else. You can just, so let's say you normal and then special carrot. Let's say you have a bad hand, normal and special carrot. Like these 2 go into Arclight, and then so you're not locked, and that's summon 3. So now you don't worry about Nib. And any monster sent from, the worst part about this is it's like a macro from deck. So and then so you do this when you can't go into a Sprint or can't go into a Foolish. And then you get your spell back, you summon him back, and then you're just going to do your Sprite combo without Sprint. So it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, that's my current deck list, guys. I really appreciate you all watching and supporting. I really enjoy playing Sprite. It's a deck that I really like. You could also play Downerd. Downerd usually doesn't get you anything when you're talking about these 2, because you're going to use its effect and detach. So Downerd usually doesn't get you much when you use those guys. So I would choose to play, the Herald or the Unicorn or the Dark over those. But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel and all the love you guys give me. Keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.